If you are about to give up on prayer, stop. Because what I found in a 500-year-old text will change everything you think is possible. I am Rabbi Shimon. I am 83 years old. And 52 years ago, I discovered something in an ancient manuscript that should not have been accessible to me. It was hidden in a private collection in Safed, a text written by a Kabbalist in the 1500s whose name has been lost to history. And on page 47 of that crumbling document, I found 7 Hebrew words that made my hands shake so badly I almost dropped the book, because I knew immediately what I was looking at. Instructions, not philosophy, not metaphor. Actual step-by-step instructions for accessing a level of divine power that most rabbis will tell you died with the ancient prophets. And when I followed those instructions, when I spoke those 7 words in the exact sequence, at the exact time, with the exact intention that the text prescribed, my life became unrecognizable within 40 days, not improved. Unrecognizable. Everything I thought was fixed became fluid. Every door I thought was permanently closed flew open. Every limitation I had accepted as unchangeable dissolved like it was never real in the first place. Today, I am going to show you exactly what I found, why it works, and how to use it starting tonight. But I am warning you, once you step through this door, you cannot go back to normal prayer. You cannot go back to hoping and wishing. You will know too much. Before we go any further, hit that like button if you are ready for your life to become unrecognizable. And leave a comment with these words, "I am ready." Because this is not for the curious. This is for the desperate, for the ones who have tried everything else and need something that actually works. Let me tell you how I found this text. I was 31 years old, living in Jerusalem. My wife was sick, really sick. The doctors had given us a prognosis that made my blood run cold. 6 months, maybe 8 if we were lucky. I had been praying every prayer I knew, reciting every psalm, fasting, giving charity, traveling to holy sites. Nothing was working. She was getting worse. One night, I could not sleep. I walked through the old city at 3 in the morning, crying, begging God for an answer. And I found myself standing outside a small bookshop I had never noticed before. It was closed, but there was a light on in the back. I knocked. An old man opened the door. He looked at me and said, "You are looking for something that is not in the regular books." I did not even ask how he knew. I just nodded. He took me to the back, pulled out a wooden box. Inside was a manuscript, handwritten, pages yellowed and brittle. He said, "This belonged to a Kabbalist in Safed in the 1500s. No one reads it anymore because most people think it is too dangerous. But you need it." Page 47. I opened to page 47, and there they were, 7 Hebrew words, with instructions so specific, so unusual, that I knew immediately this was not standard liturgy. This was something else, something hidden, something powerful. The old man said, "If you use this, your life will change, but not in the way you expect. You will get what you need, not what you want, and you will become someone different. Are you willing?" I said yes. What choice did I have? That night, I followed the instructions exactly. I spoke the 7 words, and 40 days later, my wife was in full remission. The doctors could not explain it. They called it spontaneous. But I knew, and my life has never been the same since. Now let me show you why this matters to you, why this is not just my story, why this is the answer you have been searching for. You have been praying, haven't you, for years, maybe decades, and some prayers get answered, the small ones, the ones that could have happened anyway. But the big prayers, the ones that require a miracle, those prayers seem to hit a wall. You pray for healing and the sickness continues. You pray for provision and the lack persists. You pray for breakthrough and nothing breaks. And you start to believe that miracles are for other people, for biblical times, for saints and prophets, not for you, not for regular people living regular lives in the modern world. You look at the stories in the Torah, Moses parting the Red Sea, Elijah calling down fire from heaven, Hannah praying for a child and Samuel being born. And you think, that was then, this is now, God does not work that way anymore. But what if I told you that is a lie? What if I told you that the same power that worked for Moses and Elijah and Hannah is available right now? Not because you are special, but because you know how to access it. The problem is not that God stopped doing miracles. The problem is that we stopped knowing how to ask for them. We lost the technology, the instructions, the precise spiritual mechanics that turn ordinary prayer into miracle-generating power. And this 500-year-old text contains those instructions. Not all of them, but enough. 7 words, 7 keys, 7 frequencies that unlock a dimension of reality that most people never access in their entire lives. Late at night, when you cannot sleep, you lie there thinking, is this all there is? Is this as good as it gets? Am I supposed to just accept my limitations and be grateful for small blessings? And something inside you screams, no, there has to be more, there has to be a way. You are right, there is more, and there is a way, and I am about to show it to you. Let me take you into the Torah, into the moment when these 7 words were first revealed. Moses is at the burning bush. God has just told him to go back to Egypt and free the Israelites, and Moses is terrified. He says, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? I am not a man of words. I am slow of speech. Send someone else." And God says something that most people read right past. Who gave man a mouth? Who makes him mute or deaf, seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what to say. Did you catch that? I will be with your mouth. Not I will give you the right words. Not I will help you speak clearly. I will be with your mouth. Your mouth becomes my mouth. Your words become my words. Your speech becomes the instrument of divine power. The Kabbalists teach that there are 7 levels of speech. The lowest level is ordinary conversation, gossip, small talk, wasted words. The highest level is speech that creates reality, speech that does not describe what is, speech that commands what will be. And between those 2 extremes are 5 other levels, each one more powerful than the last, each one requiring more intention, more purity, more alignment. And at the 7th level, your words stop being your words. They become the words of God spoken through you. And when that happens, reality has no choice but to obey. The 7 words I found in that manuscript correspond to these 7 levels. Each word is a key that unlocks the next level of speech. And when you speak all 7 in sequence, you ascend from ordinary human speech to divine creative speech. And whatever you declare after speaking those 7 words is not a request. It is a command that heaven must fulfill. This is not theory. This is not metaphor. This is technology. And it works. The 7 words are Kadosh, Baruch, Echad, Emet, Chesed, Kavod, Shalom, Holy, Blessed, One, Truth, Loving Kindness, Glory, Peace. But it is not just the words. It is the sequence. It is the intention. It is the timing. And it is what you do after you speak them. A woman in Miami, 72 years old. Her daughter had not spoken to her in 15 years. 15 years of estrangement. She had tried everything. Letters, phone calls, messages through relatives. Nothing worked. Then she learned these 7 words. She spoke them every morning for 40 days. On day 41, her daughter called. They talked for 3 hours. Within 3 months, they were having dinner together every week. A man in Chicago, 68 years old, facing foreclosure. He had prayed every prayer, done every spiritual remedy. Nothing changed. Then he learned this practice. He spoke the 7 words every night before bed for 40 days. On day 38, he received a call about a job opportunity he had applied for 6 months earlier and forgotten about. He got the job. Within 2 months, the foreclosure was stopped. A couple in Seattle, married 42 years, on the verge of divorce. Too much pain, too much history, too much resentment. The wife learned these 7 words. She spoke them every evening for 40 days. She did not tell her husband. On day 35, he came home and said, "I do not know what is happening, but I feel different. I want to try again." They are still together. These are not coincidences. This is what happens when you access the 7th level of speech, when your words stop being requests and become creative commands. Now let me show you exactly how to do this, step by step, exactly as the manuscript instructs. Step 1. Choose a time. The text specifies either dawn or midnight. These are the 2 times when the gates of heaven are most open. Dawn is for new beginnings. Midnight is for breaking curses. Choose based on what you need. Step 2. Wash your hands ritually. Pour water over your right hand 3 times, then your left hand 3 times. This is purification. You are preparing to speak words of power. You cannot speak them from a place of impurity. Step 3. Stand facing east. Jerusalem is east. The Holy of Holies is east. The rising sun is east. You are aligning yourself with the direction of divine flow. Step 4. Place your right hand over your heart. Your heart is the transformer, the place where heaven and earth meet in your body. You are activating it. Step 5. Take 7 deep breaths. On each exhale, release one thing that is blocking you: fear, anger, doubt, unworthiness, control, resentment, pride. Name them as you breathe them out. Step 6. Now speak the 7 words, 1 word per breath. Slowly. Kadosh. Breathe. Baruch. Breathe. Echad. Breathe. Emet. Breathe. Chesed. Breathe. Kavod. Breathe. Shalom. Breathe. Feel each word vibrate in your chest. Each word is a key. Each word unlocks a gate. Step 7. After the 7th word, stand in silence for 1 full minute. Do not rush. This is the ascent. You are moving from the 1st level of speech to the 7th level. You are becoming a vessel for divine speech. Step 8. Now speak your declaration, not your request. Your declaration, not "God, please heal me," but "I am healed." Not "God, please provide for me," but "I am provided for." Not "God, please restore my relationship," but "my relationship is restored." You are speaking from the 7th level. You are speaking as if God is speaking through you, because He is. Step 9. After your declaration, say Amen 3 times. Amen means so be it. You are sealing the decree. You are closing the gate. You are locking in the reality you just created with your words. Step 10. Walk away and do not look back. Do not check to see if it is working. Do not monitor for signs. Do not doubt. You have spoken. God has heard. The reality is already shifting. Trust the process. Do this every day for 40 days. No exceptions. No skipping. If you miss a day, start over. 40 days is the biblical number of transformation. Noah's flood was 40 days. Moses on Mount Sinai was 40 days. Jesus in the wilderness was 40 days. 40 days is how long it takes for a new reality to fully manifest. Here is what to expect. Days 1 through 7. You will feel nothing, maybe even worse. This is normal. You are dismantling the old reality before the new one can be built. Keep going. Days 8 through 14. Small signs will appear. Synchronicities, coincidences, dreams that feel significant. Pay attention, but do not get distracted. Keep speaking the words. Days 15 through 28. Bigger shifts. Conversations that open doors. Opportunities that appear out of nowhere. People who suddenly change their minds about you. Old obstacles that dissolve. This is the momentum building. Days 29 through 40, this is breakthrough time. The thing you declared will manifest, not always exactly as you imagined, but unmistakably, undeniably. And when it happens, you will know it was not luck, it was power. Let me be very clear. This is not a game. This is not a manifestation technique. This is not positive thinking. This is Kabbalistic technology that has been hidden for 500 years because it is too powerful for people who are not ready. If you use this for selfish purposes, it will backfire. If you use this to harm someone, it will return to you sevenfold. If you use this without humility, it will close on you. But if you use this with pure intention, with surrender to God's will, with readiness to become who you need to be to hold what you are asking for, it will change your life beyond recognition. My wife was healed 52 years ago, and since then I have taught this to hundreds of people. And I have watched lives transform, marriages restored, sicknesses healed, businesses saved, addictions broken, prodigal children returning home, impossible situations becoming testimonies, not because I have special power, but because the words have special power, and now you have them too. So here is what I need you to do. Tonight, do not wait. Set your alarm for dawn tomorrow or stay up until midnight tonight. Follow the steps exactly as I gave them. Speak the 7 words, make your declaration, and commit to 40 days. And then come back here and tell me what happened. Because I want to hear your testimony. I want to hear how your life became unrecognizable. I want to add your story to the hundreds of others who discovered that miracles are not dead. They were just hidden, waiting for someone desperate enough to use them. If this teaching set something on fire in you, subscribe to this channel right now. There are more hidden texts, more ancient secrets, more keys that unlock realities most people never access. And leave a comment with the words, "I am ready," so I know you are serious. And share this with someone who needs a miracle. Someone whose life needs to become unrecognizable. Someone who is ready to stop praying like a beggar and start speaking like a son. May the Holy One, blessed be He, open your mouth with words of power. May He transform your speech from request to command. May He make your declarations decrees that heaven must fulfill. And may your life become so unrecognizable that people ask you what happened, and you can point them to the ancient text, to the 7 words, to the God who still does miracles. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Shalom, my friend.